Hi everyone, it's Cassandra here with Cassandra's Crafts, and I wanted to show you all today how to make this beanie here that I worked up a couple of weeks ago. What we're gonna need, if you want to make this actual beanie with the colors and everything, this is Red Heart Super Saver in white, along with Red Heart Hopscotch in, I think it's called Jump Rope. Let me look back. My paper, yep, the Jump Rope colorway. And so this is a number 4 worsted weight yarn. You're gonna need that, your own pom. I actually got this from Dollar Tree. It was one of the good days where you just find crazy stuff in there. I didn't think I'd ever find a pom as pretty as this one, but that's where I got that. You can get them from any craft store, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. This little tag here I got from Archer Knits, and you can find them on Instagram. I had them personalized to say Cassandra's Crafts, and they screw right in. You don't need any tools, you just screw them together. Okay, so you're gonna need that. Let's see, this is a needle threader that I usually use when I am threading my tapestry needles. It's not necessary, but I use it. It makes my life easier. A pair of scissors and a 5.5 millimeter hook. I use Susan Bates, but whatever hook you prefer is fine. I'm going to use Loops and Threads Impeccable in the Heather colorway. I don't have any more of the hopscotch yarn, so I'm just gonna make it in this solid color. So we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and slip knot, and the way I do that is I take the end of the yarn, and let me back up, I am left-handed. So that's why everything's gonna kind of look backwards to right-handed crocheters, but sorry, I'm a lefty. Okay, so back to the slip knot. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna hold it with my left hand, and I'm going to wrap it around my index finger twice. Okay, so let me do that again. So we're just wrapping it around twice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one on the right, pull over the one on the left, hold it there, and then we're gonna take this one and pull it over as well. And once we do that, the one that's on our right index finger comes up, and you've created a slip knot. So I'll do it one more time, a little bit faster. Gonna wrap around twice, pull it over and up, and you're good to go. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're gonna work on this band part here. So you chain 9, we're gonna do 1 half double crochet in each of the chains that we just made. So we're gonna skip this one, yarn over, we're gonna go into the second one, yarn over, pull through, I hate when other little tidbits get mixed up in my yarn. Okay, continue on with a half double crochet in each of the chain. Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 We're gonna have 8 half double crochets. We're gonna turn our work. We're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna go right back in to this one here, this little stitch from our hook. And we're gonna, actually we're only gonna go into the back part of it. So we're gonna half double crochet in the back loops of each half double crochet that we just made. Now, down to the last stitch. So now we have 2 rows. And we want to do this for a total of 38 rows. So we're going to turn our work, chain 1, do the same thing. Go into that back loop. You see this one here, we're going to go into the back loop. And the next one, the next one. All the way across. And turn. And like I said, okay, so that's 3. We're gonna make 38 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause here so that we can work on the 38 rows. And when we come back, I'll show you how to stitch the band together. Okay, so I am done with this band. It measures 19 inches around. Well, 19 inches wide, I should say, but we're going to make it so that it becomes a round band. And what we're going to do is, this last stitches, we're going to slip stitch to our first stitches here, the bottoms of them. So we just put these together, match up the stitches with each other, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right into that first stitch, and we're going to go into this first stitch as well. And we're gonna yarn over, and we're gonna just basically slip stitch through both of them. And same thing with the second one. Yarn over all the way through. Third one, yarn over, pull all the way through. Turn it this way, and we're going to start working upward from this band. So since we have this little piece that we started with, we're going to hold on to it and feed it through as we crochet around this band to hide it. So I just chained 1. Didn't see that. I'll show you again. So there's a chain 1. And we are going to make 56 single crochets evenly around the entire band. So like I said, we're going to hold on to that leftover string from the beginning, and we're going to start working into the band. So I'm just going to easy way to do this, or at least how I figured it out, was you can see all of these lines here. You want to make 3 in between each one. So we have our 3 here, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm working on this one. I'm going to make 3 even in here. Evenly, I mean. It's not an even number, so that made it confusing. But 3 in here, 3 in here, 3 in here. And I hope that that helps, or that makes sense to you all. So 1, I'm going to do 2, and 3 in there. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Over to the next one. 1, 2, 3. See, I've already completely fit that string from the beginning. It's nice and hidden in there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish all the way around and come back when we're ready to start the next row. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you all how to make the slanted puff stitch, which is this one here. And it's almost like a regular puff stitch. But what we do is we use a double crochet chain 1 as our post to crochet the loops around, or to pull the loops around, I guess you could say. So I chained 1 from that single crochet row, and we're not going to count the single crochet that we are in right now, but we're going to go over 3. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make a double crochet in the 3rd single crochet and a chain 1. Okay, so now we're going to work our loops up. We're going to go back 2 from that 3rd one. So 1, 2, and we're going to start our puff stitch. So yarn over, go into that loop, go into that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go back into the stitch, pull up a second one. You're going to do this 3 more times for a total of 5 times. So 3, 4, 5. So you should have 11 loops on your hook right now. You're going to yarn over and just pull through all of them. And you want to secure this by yarning over and pulling through again. Okay, so we don't count this stitch here. That's where the double crochet is that we made to work around. So you're going to start here, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead in that 3rd one, make another double crochet, chain 1, and then back 2, 1, 2, yarn over and pull through. We're going to do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, pull through all of them, secure it. Okay, not here, so 1, 2, 3. In there, another double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, go back 2, 1, 2, start your loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull through all of it, secure it. Now 1, 2, 3, another double crochet, chain 1, back 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull through all of them, secure it, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1, go back 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 through all of them. Secure it. I'm gonna go all the way around with my slanted puff stitch, and I'll meet you guys back at the beginning. Okay, so now I am at the part of that row where we need to put one last puff stitch. There are 2 spaces here, then you have this first space here where we started the row. It's no biggie. I'm gonna go right in there to that first single crochet, if you can see it, right in there, and I'm gonna make my double crochet, chain 1, and then we're gonna go back to make our puff stitch, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, secure it, and we're gonna go right into the top of this puff stitch that we started with. Okay, so you should have puff stitches all the way around, slanted puff stitches. Let's count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so we have a total of 19. What we're going to do is we're going to turn our work, start working back the opposite way, so that we can get an opposite slanted stitch here. So we chain 1. Okay, if you spread these apart, you can see where we're going to be working our double crochet, chain 1s, and our puff stitches. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go past this first one here, and we're gonna make our double crochet, chain 1 right in here. So we double crochet, chain 1, and now we're going to put our loops back to the left side of this first puff stitch from the previous row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, secure it. Go. Now we're going to skip this one. We're going to put double crochet, chain 1 in this next one, and we're going to go back to this one to make our next puff stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, secure it. Not this one, but this one will have a double crochet, chain 1, and then this one that we skipped, we're going to put our slanted puff stitch. Okay, so now we have this pattern going on. You see how they're starting to create the slanted look. Into this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and again. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around, and I'll meet you all back at the last stitch. Okay, so I am back at the last space right here where we're going to make our last slanted puff stitch for this row. So again, just like on the last row, we're going to make our double crochet right in the same space as our first slanted puff stitch of this row. So we make our double crochet chain 1, and then we're gonna go back into this. Okay, so my phone keeps cutting out on me as I'm recording, so I'm sorry for having 3 different videos just for this one hat. But moving on to the next step, we're gonna make a single crochet in 1 in each of the spaces, and then you're gonna do 3 on top of the puff stitch. So I'll show you like this. We chained 1 from the last row, and we're gonna make a single crochet here. Then you have 1, 2, 3. That's where we're gonna make our single crochets up above the puff stitches. 2, 3, and then we make 1 single crochet in the space, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1 in the space, 1, 2, 3, 1 in the space, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video while I make my way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning of this row. Okay, so I made my way around, and when you get to this last puff stitch, you're only gonna put 1, 2, and then you're gonna join with this first one here. Okay, 1 single crochet in the 2, and then the decrease is I am working in the back loops. Now, if you want to continue working in both loops, you can do that, that's fine. I just know that since this is a solid color, I want more texture in it, so I am going to work in the back loops. So starting this row over, I'm so sorry, but we are going to work in the back loops, same pattern, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then a decrease in the next 2. So we did our 1, 2, and then these next 2 we are decreasing. So 1, 2, you see how it makes that little texture right here with the stitch, well, with the loops that we're not going into. It just makes it look prettier to me. It's not 100% necessary, but I like the way it looks, especially when I'm using a solid color. Again. I promise I'm doing this row right this time. And with all of our single crochet rounds in this hat, we are working in the back loops. So just so we know, in case I happen to mess up again. Okay. Decrease. 1, 2, decrease. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off while I pause it. Okay, I made it all the way around, and our last pattern, there was the 1, 2, and then there should be a decrease here, but since we only have 1 stitch left, that's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and single crochet into that stitch and then join with the first single crochet. So moving up, we are going to place 1 single crochet in each of the back loops around. So starting here with the one we just slipped into, we want to start with that one. And we are just going to single crochet all the way around. Back with you at the end of this round. Okay, now I'm back all the way around. I put 1 single crochet in each of the back loops and I joined with the first single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 1 and we are going to work on our second set of our slanted puff stitches, and it's just the same. What we're going to do is count 3, not including this first one, so 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make our double crochet, chain 1, go back 2, and make our puff stitch. And then secure it. We're not counting this one because the double crochet is already in this one. So 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and then we go back 2. Pattern going all the way around. Okay, same pattern, 1, 2, 3. Back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All loops, secure it. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and we're going to follow this same thing all the way around, and I will meet you back at the beginning. Okay, we're at our last puff stitch. And I'm just going to go right in here, the beginning, and double crochet, chain 1, go back to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to go and join right at the top of that first slanted puff stitch, and we're going to turn our work, chain 1, and we're going to work our second row of slanted puff stitches. We're going to go right in here with our double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going to come back into this space for our puff stitch. 4, 5. Skip this one, and we're going to put our double crochet, chain 1 here and our puff stitch back. And this one, 3, 4, 5. Hope I'm not moving too fast for you all. So do that again, and we're going to put our puff stitch here. Okay, skip this one. Right, chain 1, and then we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip this one into this one, and place our puff stitch. 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. Gonna make my way around and come back with you guys here in a second. Okay, we're on the last stitch. I'm gonna go right in here and make my double crochet, chain 1. See, I went right in there. And then back in here with my loops. Through all of them, secure it, and join it with the first one. So we are done with our puff stitch rows for the remainder of the hat. We are just going to put single crochets into the back loops all the way up to the top. So I'm gonna go ahead, I went ahead and chained one. Yeah. Actually, I had to turn my work and then chain one so that I can be working on the right side of the hat. And for our next row, let me see. We're going to put, where am I at? I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes. We're going to put 3 single crochet in each puff stitch. And remember, down here we put 1 in each space. We're not going to do that this time. We're just going to put 3 in the puff stitch and move on to the next puff stitch. So I chained 1. We're not going to put 1 in here, but we are going to go into this part of the puff stitch. 1 in the center, 1 in here, and okay, we're not going to put 1 here. We're moving to the next puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, moving on, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do the same thing all the way around, and then we will join with the first single crochet. I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'll see you back in a second. Okay, for our last puff stitch, we were only able to put 2, just like down here. So I went ahead and put the 2, and I joined with the first single crochet. And now on our next row, we are going to chain 1. We're not going to turn. We're just working in the rounds now. So we're going to single crochet 1 in the next 4 single crochets. So that's 4 total, and then we're going to decrease. And then we do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, this is in the back loops only. And then we decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease, and I will meet you all back around. Okay, we've come to the end of the row, and there are only 2 single crochets left, so I'm just gonna single crochet 1 into each of those 2 and join the first single crochet. I'm gonna chain 1, and we're gonna make 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and I'm gonna start right where we slipped into, and we're gonna make our way around in each back loop only. See you all in just a second. Okay, so I placed 1 single crochet into each of the back loops all the way around, and I have joined with the first single crochet of the row, chain 1, and we are gonna do 3, let's see, 1 single crochet in the next 3 single crochets, the back loops only, and then a decrease in the back loops only. Okay, we'll repeat that. 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, another decrease, and we are left with 2 single crochet. It's not a big deal. Slip stitch into the first single crochet, moving on to the next stitch, the next row, and we're going to put 1 single crochet, including this one here. I chained 1. We're going to put 1 in each of the back loops around. I love that design that it's giving it. Okay, I'll meet you back at the beginning. Okay, back at the beginning, I went ahead and joined. So I'm going to chain 1. We're going to work 1 single crochet into that same one. So 1, 2, and then we're going to do the decrease. And remember, this is in the back loops only. So 1, then 2, then a decrease. 1, 2, and a decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, decrease. I'm going to do that all the way around. I'll see you back at the beginning. Okay, I've made my way all the way around. If you wanted to make this into a bun beanie, I would say stop right here at this row. You can even do 1 more row of single crochet, just 1 in each stitch around. You can feed some elastic through here. You could feed a hair tie through when you're working on those single crochets, and it would make the perfect bun beanie right here after this row. But for us, since we're making a full beanie, we're going to keep going. We're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch around on this next row in the back loops only. So I chained 1 single crochet, and I'm going to make a single crochet all the way around. And I will meet you all back when I'm done with this row. Okay, I've made it all the way around with 1 single crochet in each of the back loops. Now we're going to chain 1, and I'm going to make 1 single crochet in the back loops of that first stitch that we joined into, and this next one is going to be a decrease. So 1, and then a decrease, 1, and then a decrease. We're gonna follow that pattern all the way around. Okay, so there's gonna be 2 stitches left after your last decrease. Just single crochet into both of them, and then we're gonna join, chain 1, and this last, actually, let me see. I'm gonna do 1 decrease in each of the 2 stitches, I guess you could say. So we chain 1, we're gonna go actually into the back loops. So there's a decrease. I'm gonna do another decrease. Okay. And another decrease. And we're gonna do decreases all the way around. We're not gonna do any regular single crochets in between. Remember, this is in the back loops only. Okay. Almost done. These last 2. Okay. We're going to join the first decrease. Okay. Now we are going to fasten it off. You want to leave a long string. Okay. That way we can sew it shut. We're going to take our scissors. Go ahead and give this a cut. Okay, now you still have a little bit of a hole at the top, and I'm just gonna weave this string into each decrease and pull it tight so that it'll close shut. So let me, my needle and my threader, just let me pull it on through. Okay, so literally just back and forth through each stitch. Okay, on through. Some of these. Through. And these last two. And back towards the front. Beginning. Okay, and we just close it on shut. Alright. Nice and tight so it doesn't open. And we just go right back in and knot while we're holding it secure. Do one knot and let's do a second. Okay. So now, if you want to go ahead and weave in this end, if you don't want a pom at the top, you can just weave right on into the hat. Usually do one way down and then another way back up. And you can cut it off. Like so. And you have a nice beanie. Now, if you want to add the pom, this is a little bit, it's not complicated, it just requires elbow grease, because the poms, if you don't have a sharp tipped needle, if it's one of the larger needles that are not sharp at the end, it doesn't go in as well into the pom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one long strand or string of yarn, and then we're going to make a second one the same size. Let me grab a beanie, I mean not a beanie, but a pom, so I can show you all how to place it on the top. Okay, so I have this one here, and okay, I'm going to take this off of here, so we don't need that. And I'm going to take the tag off. That I was able to just pull right off. Okay. So with our needle, I'm going to feed one of these strings feed it on through here, and basically I'm going to cross these strings together as I attach them to the pom. If that makes sense. Okay, I'm looking for the best part of the pom that I really want to be shown in the front. Thinking this part might be the best. Yeah. Okay. So we go in here, and like I said, it's so much easier with a sharper needle. You're gonna feed it on through, and this requires strength. Okay, this is really not super easy to do because the pom itself is so thick. So we're gonna feed this on this way, and you're gonna pull it through. I'm gonna put it on pause because this is gonna take a little bit of a second for me to get it through. Okay, so I was able to get that fed on through there. As you can see, I have it going across. Now we're gonna do the same thing with this one, except we're gonna go basically perpendicular so that we have a cross formed. We're gonna feed this string back into my needle, same way that I did it with the first one. Okay. And we're gonna do this a second time, going upward. Yeah, I knew it was going to take me a minute. I'm going to feed it on in there and pull through the other side, and I will get right back to you. Okay. So I finally got them in the way that I need them to be, and it'd be easier if I use my hook. What we're gonna do is place it on top, and we are going to poke our hook out and feed the string, or the yarn I should say, right on in. That's one. And we're going to do the same thing with all 4 of them. 2. This side. 3rd one. Come on. And the 4th. Okay, so all 4 are in, and we're just gonna pull them, tug them up a little bit. Okay, that way we have a good grip. Make sure that they're nice and tight. Okay. So I'm going to start tightening mine. You know how we go under? I'm going to do it twice. Pull it really tight. Okay. We're going to do that again with the same 2 strands of yarn. The other 2 and do the exact same thing. Oops, didn't mean to hit my phone. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. Hands are getting long. It's crazy. This string. Let's see. Okay, so we pull it tight. And I'm going to do it one more time with the same 2. about 3 inches. And we're just gonna sew in these ends. Do it for all 4. Last one. Just feed on through. Good. That all done. Extraness out of the way. Come back on the right side. There's the back. There's the front. So we are nice and complete. I'm gonna add my little tag with my business name on it. And we are done. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know that there were a few hiccups, and honestly, I mean, this is like really one of my first videos. So you guys just let me know how you all like how the hats turned out. If you all want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram name is @Cassandras_crafts. And tag me in your pictures of your finished hats. I want to see what you all come up with, or if you guys use some kind of different technique. I would love to see it. If you want to see more of my videos in the future, you can like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you for crocheting and have a good day. Find my finished pieces at CassandrasCrafts.com.